guys, and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for watching my videos, and thank you for subscribing. And those who haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe, and you're gonna be getting more and more videos from me. So guys, today I want to continue with the topic I was talking about the other day about the culture shocks here in the US and the things you find very interesting from, like for me, I'm from Kenya, so obviously a lot of things are done differently from back home. And it's interesting to know and to learn more and more each day. And culture shocks. If every country you go, there are culture shocks. Even the Americans who live here, when they go to Kenya, obviously they will have some culture shocks too. And so any other country you visit. So I'm gonna share some more culture shocks. And today I have a notebook. I put some notes because last time I tried to share and I kind of forgot everything. So number one on my list will be, I was so surprised to see when you have a job, when you get a job here in the US and you're working in a company, and then maybe there's an issue going on and you think, oh, let me share with them. So my coworker something. My goodness, don't trust people so much, and don't just open your mouth so fast, because here at work people cannot be trusted very fast, and they report you. People like to report a lot, and people like to sue a lot in this country. And oh my goodness, that is something that shocks me even today, how much energy people can have suing. I was so surprised to see some people, they quit a job and they have so much energy, they want to sue the company because of something, some hours they never got paid. It's not, I'm not saying that people should not sue or report or tell, but wow, people here can tell a lot, and people here can talk about you a lot. And wow, it's hard to trust anybody. So when you come to the US and get a job, please, when you go to work, do your job and go home. Be very careful not to trust anybody that is giving you a smile, because everybody will be like, smile, So anyway, number two on my list will be buses. Back home in Kenya, a lot of people and majority of people depend on buses as a means of transport, which is very convenient. You just jump on a bus, matatu, and go wherever you're going. But here, oh my goodness, it's a whole different world, especially for me where I live. It depends with the city or the state you live. Here for me in Arizona, buses are not so many. So most of the time you find, oh my goodness, I think almost everybody drives. And the people who don't drive, they depend on buses. The buses are usually from one street to the other. Like they are on one street. They are not going all over the valley. So it's like, for example, Main Street. The bus is going from this side, this corner of the main street to this end, from one end to the other. And they come hourly. Back home, buses, matatus are everywhere calling, hey, tau, tau, tau. No, here you cannot hear such noise. It's so quiet. And the buses, the buses will stop at the bus stop and get in, pay the driver or show your ticket, and you sit down. And wow, it's so different from back home. And in the buses, there are no conductors. You don't hear anybody yelling, oh, let's go. No, here you just get in the bus and go. But let me tell you, I like it back home style, because back home, all that drama and craziness and the noise is interesting. Yeah. Another thing is how much pedestrians here. They have so much right on the road. For example, sometimes I drive to the supermarket, and guys, let me tell you, somebody is just crossing the road, crossing to the parking lot, and oh, you have to stop and wait for them to cross. Whoa, don't try that in Africa or in Kenya. People will be honking at you. Oh my goodness. Actually, let me not use the word honking. People say honking here, but people will be beep, 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 move. I think back home, Pedestrians don't even have any right. Even when there's a zebra crossing or pedestrian crossing, they don't have a right. People who are driving, they feel like, oh, they have to go, like they have more right than the pedestrians. But here, when you see, if you come to America and drive, oh, you better slow down when you see somebody crossing the street, because you need to stop, wait for them to cross. Even if they're walking so slow, don't honk at them. No, 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 no. They can sue you for threatening their lives. Okay. Another thing is, people don't walk so much on the streets, like back home there, people are everywhere. Even in the neighborhood, people are everywhere. People are stopping, saying hi, wanaongea here and there. And people, even on the streets, on the roads, everywhere. Here, and especially here in Arizona, my goodness, I don't know what happens here. You can even drive for like 2 miles even for 5 miles without seeing anybody on the road. It's just, people don't walk here. This may vary depending on whatever state you're in. But here in Arizona, I know maybe somewhere like New York, people walk a lot. Here, people don't walk. Like sometimes when I go out for a walk, I don't see people walking around. Maybe when you go to the park, you can see somebody, but I'm telling you, people here, they don't walk around like that. So sometimes when I go to those towns where people are walking, I find it like kind of weird, like there are more than 10 people walking together. So yeah, here people don't walk a lot. Then number 3 is the weather. My goodness, I live in the desert. Arizona is a desert. So if you're planning to come to Arizona, just know that you're coming to a desert. This place can be so hot. And when I say hot, it's 115 degrees Fahrenheit. Yes, people here use Fahrenheit, not Celsius. So I don't know how much that is in Celsius, maybe 40 something or 30 something, I don't know, but it's very hot. Arizona can be hot, like that, this kind of heat where you can put an egg outside and in few minutes your egg is done. Okay, or you put some water outside and you're in a cup, and your water will be so hot even to dip your finger. Yes, it gets very, very hot here in Arizona during the summer. The cold winter season is nice. It's like back home, it's nice and cool. But the heat here in the summer, my God, it can drive you nuts. You can't even walk outside. Your skin burns. It burns so much. I don't even know how I've been here for years, and my goodness, I'm never used to the heat. Well, it doesn't snow here at all, but a little bit, it snows in the north side, but where in the valley here, it doesn't snow, but my good God, it can get so hot. Me, I've never experienced that kind of heat. It's like living in Wajir. I think it's twice Wajir's heat. Those people from Kenya, they know what I'm talking about when I talk about Wajir. So, and then another thing that surprised me when I came here, the culture shock, is no mama mboga here. Anything you want, if you want kitungu, you want onion, you have to run to the supermarket to buy your onions. You cannot just go to mama mboga in the kiosk and buy onions or mango or whatever. You have to go to the supermarket and buy anything and everything you need. And also, another shocking thing here in America is the self-checkout at the supermarkets. Oh my goodness, it is so good to have these. When you shop, you don't have to line up to pay at the cashier. You can check yourself out. Like I can just grab a few items and just check myself out and go pay, like scan them for myself and pay and go. And nobody's gonna come and check, have you paid everything? How many items did you pay? No, they don't. It's only at Costco, or sometimes I see that in Walmart too, where they just, if you buy big items like the TV, they want to see the receipt. But other than the big items, the groceries, no, they don't check your list. You just can't. You can imagine in Africa, if you try that self-checkout, girl, everybody will. Oh, I don't even want to say something, but let me tell you, don't try that. I don't think the self-checkout will work very good at a lot of places in Africa, no. But here, yes, self-checkout, and it's very convenient, because most of the time when I'm in a hurry, I just grab something, I pay, and off I go. And here, people don't have to keep their luggage at a, like you don't have to hand your luggage to somebody to keep for you as you shop. Even if you have 100 bags, you carry 100 bags, you go shop and get out. You don't, back home I know they keep your luggage for you, and then they give you a tag. No, here they don't do that. They don't give you they don't hold your luggage. Maybe some stores do, and it depends with the town or city, but no, not so much. And now another thing that shocks me here is most and majority of the elder people are in facilities, and I mean nursing homes and assisted livings and all those places. It still shocks me even today. I'm not saying that people don't take care of their families, but it shocks me because my African culture, when your when your mom or dad gets old, or your uncle or whatever, you don't just place them in a nursing home or facility. You take care, we take care back home in Africa, we take care of our own. Like my grandma right now, she's 96, but we cannot place her in a facility or anything. We take care of her, and we can we can hire somebody to take care of her. But here, I don't know, everybody is so busy, they don't have time. Sometimes I don't blame them, because it depends on if somebody has Alzheimer's or dementia, it's hard to keep them at home. In some cases I understand, but some cases I don't. And also, it's surprising to see how much, oh my goodness, if you work in those facilities, most of the time, some of the families, they never visit their mom or dad. And the stories you hear is, oh I haven't seen my son for 10 years. And they don't show up, and it really shocks me to see, oh wow, back home you cannot stay even a single week without talking or hearing from your mom. It's a whole different culture, because yes, we take care of our families here. When most people are in facilities, most people are in those nursing homes, and it's shocking, it's surprising. Do we even have elder people, like those group homes or facilities or assisted livings back home in Kenya? I don't know. Maybe they'll start, or maybe there are very few, but also, one thing that shocks me is the amount of there are so many jobs here, unlike back home in Africa. Like, you can quit one job today and go to another job, and quit one job and go to another, and there are so many variety and everything. Well, it's culture shock to me, because back home there are no, you cannot just quit one job, you jump from one job to the other. No. So anyway, another thing is leasing. When you're leasing a house, oh my god, you want to rent a house, you have to sign a lease, and then you have to show that your income, you show your pay slips, that you are making twice that rent. Let's say, for example, the rent is 2,000, you have to show that you are making 3,000. The rent is $1,000. You have to prove that you're making over 2,000, that you're making double this amount. That way, it's a proof to them that you can afford. And the paperwork you do, and the signing the lease and everything for a whole year. So that means when you take the house or take the apartment, you're stuck with that apartment for a year, not unless you break it. And when you break it, you pay. You can break the lease, yes, but back home you don't see that. Here, back home you just rent. You rent and you can move out. You just give your notice and move out. But here, you have to sign a lease. When you take a house, you sign a lease. So it helps a lot. This is a good way, because it helps a lot for you to stay in that one place and not keep moving around, because you're forced by that lease to stay. And if you don't have the money to break the lease, anyway. And also, it helps because sometimes when you're renting a house here in America, they check at your rent history. Back home, I don't think we have the renters history. If you have bad renters history, they're not gonna give you an apartment, And also, if you have bad credit is a big thing in this country. Like, you have to build your credit, and these credit some certain numbers. Like, for me right now, my credit is a certain point. When I want to buy something, or if I'm going to buy a car or getting something in credit, they check my credit score first. I don't think back home we have that credit score thing. Here, you have to build your credit score. It's like a credit history. Do you pay your debts? Yes. How much score do you have? If you have bad credit score, that means you don't pay your debts. So that means you don't qualify for this item. You're not gonna get it. Or if you're buying a house, also if you have bad credit score, that means you cannot pay for this mortgage. You are bad at paying our debt. So we cannot trust you. Cannot be trusted by anybody. So you have to work on building your credit, and if it's broken, you build it and break it. Things are not, like that are so surprising. Tax, oh my goodness, this country, when you buy something, like let's say you buy tomato, you buy your tomatoes at 5 cents. When you go to pay them, they are like 15 cents. Or let's say I buy a pair of shoe for $20. There it says $20, but when I'm going to pay it, it says $22.50. I'm like, where did this money come from? So when you come to America, you see something priced at the store, please, you better have extra money for that something, because tax is included when you go to pay at the cashier. That's when they include the tax. Things at the shelves, tax is not included. So that is shocking to people who are coming from Africa. Yes, even people in Europe, they don't know this, but most people when they come here, like I remember when my brother came to visit, he was like getting mad at every time, because when you go to pay something, even food at the restaurant, they say, how much is this food? Is $20. Or when you're going to pay, they tell you $21.50. You're like, why? You told me it's $20. So yes, prices here, they are added tax when you go to pay. So yeah, another thing that shocks me here is how much they are so huge in giving tips. Yes, here they love tips. You tip. Yeah, if you don't give tips, somebody will be looking at you. And some places they expect you, because they give you a percentage of how much you tip. Yes, I'm telling you. Here, tipping is a whole big huge thing. Yeah, you eat at a restaurant and a certain percentage you tip it. Yes, people love to tip so much here. Also, another thing that shocks me is ice cubes. If you come to America for the first time, you go to the restaurant and ask for a glass of Coca-Cola, please expect a bunch of ice cubes in your drink. I do not understand why they put three-quarter of the cup is ice cube and a drop of Coke. Me, when I don't like those, when I order my drink, first of all, I tell them no ice, please. Yes, because they can fill your cup with ice cubes, and ice cube is a whole big thing. Even when you go to the restaurant, you ask for a glass of water, they fill it with ice cube. I don't know why they love ice cube. Ice cube and cheese. Everything has cheese and ice cubes and everything. Anyway, another thing I'm gonna talk about is the dress code. Ooh, back home we are so much in Africa. People are so much in dressing. Oh, I look good in jeans. And then they dress up in the fashion and everything. Here they are not so much into fashion. And yes, people dress, but not really big in dressing. You can go to the airport and find people in pajamas. You can go to the supermarket and find, and especially Walmart. A lot of people make fun of the store called Walmart. Walmart, people dress anyhow. You can find someone in pajamas or in anything, or just anything. People are not really crazy about dressing, and nobody talks about you. Even if I meet you on the street just dressing crazy, or my hair looking all crazy, oh no, nobody's gonna talk. It's normal, it's allowed. But back home, everybody is so big in dressing. How do I look? And shining and flashy, and carrying their handbags. And like for me, I have handbags. I don't even carry them, because I don't even know where to carry my handbags anymore. I don't even wear my high heels, because where am I gonna wear my high? So most of the time people are wearing tennis shoes, because everybody is in tennis shoes most part of, and flat shoes, but not so much in high heels. It's rare to find anybody walking in high heels, not unless they are going out or something. But also, For me as a mother, kids, the discipline, oh my goodness, here the disciplining kids is so different because, oh, they say you cannot beat up your kid, like discipline your kid by spanking your kid, or you can beat them, or you have to, oh, you need to talk to them, sit them down, sit them in a little corner and tell your child, or talk to them, or taking away what they love most. Oh, back home, pooh, chopper. Chopper. The discipline is so different from back home. And let me tell you, if you are an African and you're watching this video, please, please, please do not be deceived by your child telling you, oh, if you spank me, I'm gonna call 911, I'm gonna call police. And me as a mother, if I spank you and you try to pick up the phone calling police, I will even call the police myself. Yes, hello, 911, here is my child. I'm spanking them, take them with you. Because I always tell my children that, because, sometimes they can do something really, really crazy and you just want to spank them, or discipline them in a way. For me, mostly what works for me is taking whatever they love most from them. That is the discipline I do with my children most of the time. Like my son loves his laptop a lot, so I tell him, if you do that again, I'm gonna take your laptop and you're not gonna be able to play with your laptop. So I don't know if this kind of discipline works better back home, but yeah, kids are disciplined differently. Don't come here and start beating up your child. Yes, and talking to them, and and sitting them in a corner. For me, I don't like sitting them in a corner. I just take what they like most, from them, and it works. It works pretty good. Also, children here don't just play with the neighbors' kids anyhowly, because first of all, the neighbors are not very friendly. For me, where I live, my immediate neighbor on the right, I don't even know them. I see them once in a while, and they can say hi, or sometimes I say hi to them, they don't even respond. So I never even say hi. So it's when you're buying a house or you're looking for somewhere to stay in America, please, please, please look if it's a neighborhood with a park close by. That way, that means kids come out to go to the park, and which can help your children a lot, because that way they can have playmates at the park. But usually here it's very quiet, and kids don't just go to people's houses knocking and playing with, like I see Mama Kamau next door and my son go play with them. No, it depends if you know them or if they go to the same school or something. Yeah, but not very friendly people. That still shocks me even today. Another thing is water, electricity. They don't just go. Like blackout. Since I moved to the US, I've never seen blackout. Maybe for a second or two, but I've never seen blackout. Water, our taps never run dry. So that's one thing that is really, really good, and I like it. Another thing is dogs. Dogs are in almost every family. They have dogs. Oh my god, you go to your neighbor, dogs. For me, I don't buy that idea of dogs are really friendly and they should they cannot bite you. I'm always scared of dogs. I know they can bite. The little ones, yes, I can like them, but for me, I don't think I want to keep a dog. And I'm not saying dogs are bad. Yeah, my son wants to have a dog, and someday I'm gonna buy him a little chihuahua or something. But the big dogs, having them in my house, I will feel like I'm having a wild animal in my house. I don't want a dog in my house. Yeah, oh my god, another thing is depending so much on GPS. Oh, do you know, if I go somewhere, I have to put GPS to go back to my house? Yes, if I go somewhere far, like 30 minutes plus drive, oh my god, to get back to my house, I have to use GPS. So everybody is depending so much on GPS. You cannot just drive and go. Like most places, if you're not used to going to somewhere, you have to depend on GPS, and very convenient. Like if I want to go to a new job, I just Google. If I want to Google, everybody depends on Google so much, and the reviews everywhere is reviews, Google and GPS and everything, and it helps, and it's very convenient. Oh my god. Good customer service in almost every place you go to. They give you great customer service. You go to a bank, they will talk to you nicely. Unlike back home, some places, like some people can be very mean. You go to the bank and the banker or cashier, they'll treat you like they're doing you a favor to, to serve you. But here, no, they treat you so nice. They talk to you, they say hi to you, they want to know how your day was. Yes, you'll find some mean people out there, but most places, they are very careful in the way they treat you, because you know what? You can tell, and report them. You report them and you have a right. I feel so good when I'm able to exercise my rights here. Nobody is gonna treat me trashy, because I can tell. If I go to a bank, or if I go to somewhere and they treat me, they're mean to me, I am gonna cause drama, and yes, I will tell, and something will happen. Even racism, let me tell you, by the way, guys, wazungus are not all of them are very friendly. Some of them are really, really good, but some of them are really mean, and they don't like black people. And that shocks me, because when white people come to Africa, we love them and we treasure them. And a lot of people think, oh, they're so good. But let me tell you, when you come to their country, oh, they're not, they are like, woo, they show you, no. But some of them are really, really nice and really friendly and really want to know you and your culture and everybody. But some of them, and another thing that surprises me is African Americans. They are Nyeuthi from here. African Americans, my goodness, some of them are even worse than the Africans. I mean, they are worse than even the whites themselves. So racism is not only in white people. Racism, I know, even the Asians or other communities, even the people from Mexico, they can be racist too. I know people can experience racism from anyone, but all I'm saying is sometimes even you get it from your fellow black person from here, because they feel like you're speaking your accent. When they hear you're from Africa, they will treat you in a different way. They'll think you're dumb and stupid because you're speaking with an African accent. And sometimes when you talk to a white person, they will be like, oh, where are you from? I like your accent. And I'm not saying all African Americans are mean. No, it depends with the individual. But surprise, surprise, not all that glitters is gold. When you see all these people, foreigners back home, the way they are treated so nice, when we come to their countries, no, they are not, all of them not as good as the way we treat them. Okay, how 911 responds so fast. My goodness. You call 911, you're having an issue. Hello, 911. Yes, what can I do for you? Oh, so-and-so, Betty is here lying on the floor. Is she responding? Right the minute you call 911 for an emergency, they start moving towards your house, because they can see your location. In 5 minutes, or I think 6 minutes or 7, I don't know, between 5 and 7 minutes, by the time they cannot let you go on the phone. They'll keep you on the phone. They're like, okay, now open the door, there's somebody there for you. And they respond so fast. So if there's a medical emergency, you are good to go, because here they respond very fast. Let me tell you, if it happens in Africa, I don't know if they ever show up. Like 911, oh yeah, I found my mother on the floor late and she's not responding. I don't know what time they'll show up. Maybe they'll never show up anyway. But here, yes, 911, it works so great. It works so good. And if you have worked in a job where you have to call 911 most of the time, you know what I'm talking about. It is that thumbs up. Thumbs up. And oh my goodness, for me from Africa, my hair, no salons. Well, there are salons, but they are pricey. So most of the time you find that you're depending on your fellow Africans, and that kind of surprised me, because when I was back home, I was so used to going to the salon every 3 weeks or every month. But here they are so expensive, so you kind of learn how to do your hair. Who is gonna do your hair for you? You have to do it yourself, or if you have somebody to braid your hair, you pay them a lot of money too. And yeah, salons are not everywhere like back home. And especially for us with African hair, I'm saying that because people from Africa, they know salons are everywhere and they're cheap and affordable. Same as nannies. Hiring a house girl, a nanny back in Kenya is very cheap and affordable. Everybody has. But here, if you have a baby, oh, you're stuck with that baby. Otherwise, you're paying a lot of money to take them to daycare, day centers, daycare. All those places are so expensive. Let me tell you, very, very expensive. You can be working for that daycare. Yes, a friend of mine right now, she's paying 250 a week. You know that is like 25,000 a week. Yes, 25,000 a week just to take the baby for a few hours a day. So guys from Africa, oh guys back home in Africa right now, you have a house girl, kiss them every day because they say they are lifesavers. For me, I wish I can have a house girl because now I have 2 kids, and let me tell you, I am here with my kids 24/7. It is not easy. It is not easy. It is not easy. Another shocking thing is the English. We use British English. We use British English in Africa. Here, the American English is totally different. I'm going to come back here and talk about it one of these days. But yes, the English is different from back home. The way they say things is not the same way we say it. Oh, what am I going to talk about now? I think I'm done. My goodness. Oh yeah, booking appointments at a doctor's office. Like sometimes I can call my doctor's office and I'm like, I want to book an appointment. I don't feel good. I want to see my doctor. And they'll tell me they don't have availability that week. They have availability next week. So not unless you go to emergency room, they're not going to just call you, attend you right away. Me, that shocks me even today. Like when I want to see my doctor, I can't just walk in. No, you cannot just walk into your doctor's place. You have to call them, book appointment, and it's kind of so different from back home. Did I talk about all the things that I had on my list? Yes, how people here, they use pounds instead of kgs. When I first came to America, I used to talk about, I used to go to the supermarket, to the stores and look at things, and I'm telling my friend, oh, it says 2 libs. No, it's not libs, it's 2 pounds. Yes, here they say miles, they don't say kilometers, they say pounds, they don't say kgs. It's so different, you know. My goodness, I have to share this one. Maternity. When I went to maternity to have my baby, first of all, I had a booked cesarean. Yes, we went in and I had the baby. And my goodness, I was fasting because I had to have a cesarean section. And when I had the baby, they took me to my room after delivery. I was so hungry. I asked them, I said, can I have something to eat because I'm so hungry? They told me the kitchen is closed. I said, I can't have some. Oh my, I had to wait till the next morning for my breakfast. And guess what? They asked me to book. They didn't even tell me the menu was there. So they expected me to know that I'm supposed to grab my menu and call the kitchen to deliver my food. And when they deliver, it's a hamburger, it's some small stuff. They cannot even fill your tummy. As an adult, that kind of really surprised me because back home when I had my son, we had everything, hot chocolate 24/7, everything. My goodness,